So in some applications, Lapua offers both a large rifle primer case and a small rifle primer case. 6.5 Creedmoor and the .308 Winchester. We offer both. This is 6.5 Creedmoor, and if you can see, one has a small rifle primer and one has a large rifle primer in it. So there's a couple of different theories about this. This actually started many years ago with bench rest shooters, where they found that the small rifle primer and the dimension of the flash hole gave better uniformity to the ignition of the primer, igniting the powder. So it's a more controlled burn, and that led to better extreme spread, but essentially less velocity variation, which improves performance downrange. The smaller you can get that extreme spread between your fastest velocity and your slowest velocity, the closer those two numbers are together, the better your performance is downrange on the target. So in .308 Winchester, that is used specifically for the long-range shooters. So in F-class and in long-range prone, the Palma type shooting, you see a lot of shooters shooting a .308 Winchester with a small rifle primer pocket. Now there is a limit. Some cases, depending on volume, you just can no longer safely ignite the powder in the cartridge case. So .308 Winchester and 6.5 Creedmoor are about the upper edge for a cartridge case size that you can ignite with a small rifle primer. So Lapua listened to the competitors. That's what they wanted. They wanted small rifle primer options. So we gave them a .308 Winchester small rifle primer, and then when we decided to start making 6.5 Creedmoor, we did the same thing for small rifle primer. Why is there a large rifle primer case for both applications? Well, some people just simply prefer to use a large rifle primer in that application. Also, in semi-automatic applications, some rifles just do not like a small rifle primer in a semi-automatic rifle. The diameter of the firing pin, the dimensions of the hole in the bolt that the firing pin goes through, just the process and the pressures that are involved in some semi-automatic applications can cause problems with small rifle primers sometimes. So we want to have an option for people that want to use either. Other than the primer pocket, the cases are nearly identical. Nearly identical. You know, the thickness of the case, the hardness of the case, they are really identical. And I would say that if you loaded both up with the same powder charge, you're going to see very similar performance between the two. So it's really an option for the shooters. Whatever they think they can get the best results for, we wanted to make sure that that was an option for them. And again, that was a request that came out of the very high level precision community, starting off with bench rest guys and then into the long range shooters that are really trying to have a vertical spread at 1,000 yards of under 4 or 5 inches. So it takes a lot of work to get there, so every little bit helps.